Yes, but a tux always costs less
Yeah.
than a formal dress.
All right, I'm just throwing it out there as comparison.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
In this case, this is a slightly less mechanical bonus, as we've said, and slightly more, one, being nice to Otho, and two, demonstrating we have lots of money to spend.
Is
Okay,
making
guys, we should be nice to Otho so she doesn't kill us all in our sleep.
is making the tomboy dress up like a princess being nice to Otho?
Well, I mean, it's not like I'm forcing her into a dress here. I'm out here trying to have fun with Otho. This is a great time. It's literally anything you want.
I
Yeah. Like when you hold up the it's like gold or silver, she just kind of like search your face for a couple seconds, realize that you're not gonna take no for an answer, just go silver.
No, you say
Wonderful.
the blue one.
We'll
No,
get that too.
no.
No, I'm just making a joke of that dress thing. So the Terran has to look at both of them. Am I colorblind?
Jeez.
What color do you want your dress to be, Otho?
Well, considering I've already made art of this, it's black
Yeah, black and red, right?
with a silver trim on it.
I thought you were gonna go with the Lydia Dietz.
Hmm?
Beetlejuice, Lydia Dietz. She has a black and red dress. I don't know. For some reason in my head, I've already imagined Otho
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and Lydia Dietz. You know, the creepy little girl from Beetlejuice.
Otho's just so inextricably linked to Beetlejuice's Otho.
Apparently, I mean, I just got done watching a couple days ago the Beetlejuice musical, so
Nice.
no, it was
All
good. It
right.
was really good. I enjoyed it.
So you're dressed up well enough, but primarily for utility here, in terms of being a good party goer.
Yes.
I look presentable as a Wookiee. No one's really going to give me a second glance anyway. And you're decked to the nines. Congratulations. We've spent 8,000 on you.
Okay.
Literally not decked to the nines. You haven't reached 9,000 yet.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I'll spend another 1,000.
No, another 9,000. You said it. Can't take it back.
No, but we're stopping it at 8.
Let's
We're
mod
good.
the dress.
Terran is crazy and has absolutely no control
Mod
around
the
money.
dress.
How many hard points does the dress have?
But
Terran.
even he budgets.
Terran, how much money do you have left?
Let's put it
Oh!
this way. We're lucky if there's one hard point in this dress because there's not that much fabric.
Well, there has to be two. She got to pull the Madonna.
You gotta do the Wonder Woman thing with the lightsaber, just like on the back.
Jeez.
No,
Are you gonna try to take your lightsaber?
pointed bra so you hide stuff inside.
Hold on, let me just.
The Madonna cone bra. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, those are just lethal weapons, aren't they?
I mean, I kind of doubled down on Otho thickness just because that's what I fucking do. But let me just export this real quick. You guys continue talking. Let me just export the thing.
All right. Well, I'm still basically our designated pilot, so we'll be heading to the pleasure barge after we're all set up. The time's come, and we're ready for our meeting as best as possible.
Yeah.
I got my backpack with the computer in it, and everything's good.
And I'm always good the way I am. If anything requires a mouth, I'm here.
Mhm.
That's what she said.
Ah!
Now, Zool, I'm expecting you to be my mouthpiece here. I have to pretend I'm almost as good and professional as them. So I'm not supposed to be speaking directly. We'll be speaking like through the intermediaries. I need to do a great introduction. I need to kick this out of the park.
Now, I will point out at this time that I have noticed that you guys have an understanding of how your comlinks work, and I have a different idea. So I
Okay.
want to define that at this point, because I always forget to do it until it's too
I
late.
haven't been using any comlinks.
I have.
You all have comlinks, and they're basically the equivalent of an Apple Watch, right?
I want to point out I don't have a comlink.
Well,
I didn't buy
You-
one, so I don't have one.
They're like 100 credits, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want
Alright,
one
I bought
either.
you a comlink and I'm literally shoving it into your hands.
I left it in the bathroom.
I am buying a second one and I give it to you when we get there. I have
Oh
spent
man,
200.
I dropped it in the sink.
So
I
these
literally
comlinks,
spent 200 to have 2 comlinks, one to give to you now, and a second one to give to you when we get there.
the comlinks are basically built into the the bracers that you always see them wearing,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and have readouts that you can use to send messages, aka text messages.
I
to the
mean,
group.
my thing was before that. My last character had it built into his head, so it was literally a brain comlink. And then he was also a gank, which means that they also used that non-verbal one all the time. But I didn't buy that one because nobody else had it. And it's only
Yeah.
site to site. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks great.
Well, I guess I'm going to be hitting on you a lot more.
I mean, there's a version that is even more hitter honor, but I don't know if I should even post that.
Well, also, I forgot. You're Jonah Hex now, so.
Well, I mean,
don't-
the scar's there. It's not that bad.
I don't. Again, the way it was
It
described
doesn't
the
look-
first time, where you got like, through the teeth blown out.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite that. It's still quite bad right now
Yeah.
because it's so that will be how it will be in a week, maybe.
That's how it'll end up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but right now there's some gauze or something, basically some synth skin covering it.
No
And
wonder you're a Sith. I don't see any Jedi brazenly abusing the Force like that.
What? Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a tool.
floating some.
That's legit as Jesus. Like, this is a useful thing. Use it whenever you can.
Okay. So the big day comes, and you go to the promenade. Now, the promenade is a simple name for a very large area of Nar Shaddaa. Basically, you have a market that is the size of um, uh, you can basically picture it as like the DC Mall, right? Size wise, and then it just goes up for several hundred stories.
Mhm.
Wait,
And
the
there's
DC
various
Mall?
terraces. So they always talk about it. I don't actually where the what is it called? I'm forgetting that it's actually called the mall.
You mean the Mall of America, or?
Well, it's the area in front of the Lincoln Memorial and that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I know what you're talking about now. I never heard it called the DC Mall though, so that's why I was thrown
Uh,
off.
I've heard it a few times, and it's just like, which area does that define exactly?
So it's very large.
Mhm.
Probably I would say about 6 kilometers in length and 4 in width, and then all of it is built up right around it.
Yeah.
And there's various walkways around it, and you could spend days and never go to every store in the promenade.
Well, you're not shopping fast enough then.
And then in the middle of this is kind of a cantina with a huge golden hut in the middle.
Nice.
But on the other side of these, on the exterior of that, there's a starport, and I forget the name of it, but there's a starport, and then that's separated by basically a lot of open air, and there's various casinos floating around above it and around it, and there's very rich. This is the well-to-do portion of Nar Shaddaa.
Mm.
It's also where you spend most of your time in the Old Republic on Nar Shaddaa. So
Right.
on the exterior, there's a bunch of these terraces that you can dock up to. And I actually finally found the picture that I was looking for. And I will place that in here. so you can see it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that is basically what you're heading towards. This is docked at one of those terraces.
Right, one of their personal ships.
Right. This one is about that size. The floor is each of those light circles is basically a table with chairs, and there's a dance floor, there's a live band, and then Shunta is sitting on her throne to the side there.
So it's great using the architecture of a Star Wars from SWTOR thing. You know, where every floor is 3 stories tall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who's walking through here? A Rancor?
it could.
Yeah, it could because they're that big. The Rancor looks like tiny compared to the rooms that they're in.
Imagine that just on every architect's sheet. It's like, and make it big enough in case we get a Rancor. You don't even own one.
Your footsteps aren't echoing. I don't want to hear it.
So anyways, you are able to come up to this barge. There is a line of velvet rope type stuff. The aesthetic, not the actual velvet ropes, right? And you've got a line of people waiting to get on.
Mhm.
Most of them are being turned away, and
Mhm.
then you are there. So what are you doing?
Well, we got our special invitation, don't we?
You do.
Well, I think we could just stride right on in. Our names are
Okay.
on the list and everything.
So there is like a separate queue that you can use to
Hmm.
that the VIPs can use, and you walk up to there, and you see this Nick Doe with a clipboard, basically a data pad.
Mhm.
And as you guys walk up, he looks at it and says, "Okay, head on in."
But probably something
Yeah.
more with subtitles because it's a Nikto.
Well, he is speaking in Huttese, but you were also all able to speak Huttese.
One of the
so-
real drawbacks of playing SWTOR is the amount of creatures that don't speak English.
No,
Right,
like,
gotta save that VO.
I mean, that's the Star Wars experience. Everyone's just talking their own languages, and then they talk back in basic, and everyone can understand everyone, but
Everybody
they don't
understands it.
speak.
Yeah,
So-
but some of those
Just don't
languages
bother.
are real annoying, or they fit in like 5 paragraphs in like 2 breaths. It's like,
yeah.
God.
Welcome
It's
to
all
Star
body
Wars, the
language.
universe where you have to be literate in 17 languages to communicate.
Yes.
But yeah, but I'm playing the game for immersion, right? It's like, I don't want to have to lean in every time someone's speaking Huttese or Trandoshan or whatever. God, I am so the Star Wars redneck.
Really?
When will
That's like-
these alien species just learn to speak basic? I said,
Well,
get the hell
I
off
mean-
Coruscant and go back to wherever the fuck you came from.
Let's be honest. Everybody on Nar Shaddaa is speaking Huttese.
That's basically
Because-
entire Empire's proposition.
When will
Yeah.
they fucking program these droids to speak common? I don't need a bleep bloops every time I go to take the bathroom breaks.
But yeah, Huttese is basically the main language here of Nar Shaddaa.
Oh man, if
so-
I die, it's space redneck. That's where I'm going.
Okay. And there
Taiwanese
is
space redneck.
a lot of people on this barge. Not so many that you can't enjoy yourself, right? But there's probably a couple hundred people on this barge. Most
Wowie.
of them are dancing and or drinking, or there is even a casino, like a large sabacc table
Mhm.
in the on one of the sides there.
Oh, see you guys later. Tell me how it goes.
Cool.
And-
Later, business first.
And also, just to clarify, we established here that they would not allow lightsabers onto the barge, so
You would be best not to have
yeah,
weapons.
wouldn't have brought it.
Keep it in the prison pocket.
I don't
No.
want to hear about your prison pocket big enough to hold a lightsaber.
Yeah, look how long it is. Jesus Christ.
Look, it takes a little bit of practice. If you need help.
Prison wallet. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Unarmed.
Oh shit! I brought 2 of mine.
I mean, to be fair, I'm a Wookiee,
Arms,
so
I mean.
I'm always armed.
Within an
De-armed.
hour of you guys embarking onto the barge, it disembarks from the terrace
Mhm.
and starts its tour, slow crawl through the air of Narshta. There is basically a major domo that is Twi'lek, keeping track of the people that are due to speak to Shunta. And, they basically are, it's not like there's a queue waiting, but
Mhm.
you're expected to mingle and enjoy the party. And then when it's your turn, somebody will come get you and bring you to be presented to.
Right.
Junta.
It's a more interesting and exciting waiting room.
I say we're not waiting
Pretty
in a
much.
line like it's the mob boss's daughter's birthday.
So,
Yeah.
what are you doing while you are waiting?
Sabak.
Okay.
I will do mingling.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mingling at a table or on the dance floor, or are you just
Yeah, on the dance floor.
okay?
Fun times.
Oh, did they have
And-
anything against my droid coming?
Yes.
Oof.
Can I
Your
hide my
droid would be considered a weapon.
What if my droid is carrying the table?
What?
Your droid is a security
Yeah.
model.
What if my
They would not
droid had
allow
a tarp over top of it and I pretended it was a table that I was carrying?
Look, just buy like
Can you
an
carry the
R2
droid?
unit and stuff the lightsaber in there too.
I was carrying this table because we needed an extra table for us to sit at, and the droid is doing perfect right angles with a tarp over the top of it, so it looks like it's a table.
Oh my.
I don't think it's gonna fly.
Not gonna fly.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't
And-
have to. It's a table.
Da-da-da-da-da.
And Oath will
Um,
probably be mingling more at the tables while keeping an eye on Taryn as well, because
Mhm.
that's why she assumes she's here, is make sure Taryn doesn't die.
Very much so.
Okay.
Start off with Zul, I guess.
Yeah. Do you still have that? Did we
It
put?
should be on here somewhere.
Sabak
I
rules
think
should
we
be
did
there.
it under. There you go.
Yeah.
Did I put it on this one or did I put it on the other one?
It's in the Roll20.
That was it. Okay. I thought I had it here in the chat.
So what's the wager you want to wager here
Oh,
for this?
what's their current in?
There is this current game is probably 1,000 credits.
Nice.
All right. Let's see.
Of course, they're not using credits. They're using those dilithium chips or whatever they're called.
Dilithium
The
is
red-
Star Trek, you nerd.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
That's
joking.
that's
I'm
correct.
joking.
I can't remember what they're called though. The gold bars that they.
Gold
There.
Press Platinum. No, it's still Star Trek,
That's
you
still
nerd.
Star Trek, you nerd. What is it
Uh.
called? Anyways, that's what the
I
Hutts
think.
use as their money.
Yeah, so I'll buy in 5,000.
Okay, so you have 5,000 of those gold bars.
5,000 of
call
those
them
gold
chips.
bars.
Well, that's what you said, right? So
Yeah,
1,000
no, I wouldn't
is
assume that I bought 1 bar a piece. I assume they come in, denominations like poker chips.
no. That's what I'm saying, right? You've got a number of those bars equal to 5,000 credits.
Well, they have gold currency called Whoopie. Yeah, Whoopie.
That's not the
Yeah.
name we're using.
No.
Um,
Thank God.
So, you use cool to establish the base dice pool.
Yeah, that's what you're using to establish the difficulty.
And we're going to make this a hard game. So the difficulty is 3 purples, which I've set the dice pool already. Dice pool is set.
Of course, I'm cheating, so deception instead of what you just said. Deception's there. Okay. I just want to make sure of all my stuff. Because of course I do. I do have some things that affect deception. I think some of them are just my equipment, but just make sure. Beguiling pheromones, option or no?
Yeah, it's an option.
All right, upgrade and strain. Let's see. Of course, I'm using double or nothing. 2 more strain. Go gig or go home. I also want to point out that I also have 3 ranks of up the ante, so if I win 30% more.
That's a lot. That's all that money.
Okay, yeah, nothing there, and we just make sure that my equipment doesn't. Charm, deception, yep, so I have 1 advantage on deception from my armor. Another advantage from the jewelry. So whatever I roll here has automatically 2%, 2 advantage.
Is anybody else part of this?
Not at the
Make sure you
moment.
roll a
Yeah, I'm
force
out of
die.
stack right now. I'm just dancing.
He's just vibing.
I'm going to use second chance.
Well, you need to roll a force die with it too.
For
right?
what? Oh, right,
The
yeah,
player rolls
sorry, I
a
forgot
dice
all
pool,
about that. Yeah, no. Where is...
leaving the dice on the table. He then rolls a single force die to illustrate the shifting nature
Where do
of
you roll
cards.
force dice at?
Just in the middle, the in between the positive and negative sides.
That didn't roll it. Oh, sorry, I didn't hit anything. Okay, so negative. Hold on. I am still using second chances.
Okay.
Let me just make sure that I can't use second chances on the force die, though.
I'm gonna say no.
Well, it would say... I know I've read it before. I don't think double or nothing does anything to it. Talent cannot be used to reroll any force die. Okay. Hold on. What does force die do to your roll again?
So
Force
it would
die
actually
changes.
be a 1 success and 1 advantage are converted into failure and threat. So right now you would have 1 failure.
Right, it would convert
2
1
failure.
advantage to a failure, which would negate one of the other advantage, would leave me with just 1 advantage. Shit.
Well, it would get rid of 1 advantage to become a threat, which yeah.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Which
That
also
is
make me have 1 failure instead of nothing. You know, I'm all in on this anyway, so I will re-roll both yellow and the 1 green that has an advantage on it. Actually, yeah, the one that I want advantage. So the first yellow with 1 success, the yellow that has advantage, and the green with advantage.
Okay, I've cleared the dice pool, so you can just roll your dice.
So green to yellow. Let's get rid of that force thing. Okay, so the triumph counts as a success, doesn't it?
That is your only success there, yeah.
Well, no, because I just re-rolled a... Oh, right, because... No, wait.
So I'm seeing that you would have 3 successes at this point. One of those would be switched to a failure. So you'd have 2 successes and 4 failures.
And remember, I did double or nothing. Oh, wait, you're saying after all, I would have...
Yeah. You would still have 1 failure.
So I would have 4 successes. One of them gets transferred into a failure, which negates it down to 2. And I already have more failures than not. Okay.
Well, right, because if you look
At
at
the
it,
end
right,
of the
you would still
day,
have
I have more failures than successes.
successes.
Yeah.
You would take one of those away, which is 2 successes. You would have 4 failures. So you'd have 2 failures and and a bunch of advantages.
But does the triumph still exist?
Yes.
But I can then use the triumph to reveal a positive or negative 23 and win the entire sabak pot. That spending advantage, triumph, and threat.
Do you want to use the advantage? Because I see actually 2 advantages. Do you want to add a boost out of your next roll?
Well, I have one thing, double or nothing, which means my advantages are still doubled, and if the triumph is still there, the triumph is doubled.
Oh, really?
But the spending advantage, triumph, and whatever on the sheet, the triumph reveal a positive or negative 23 and win the entire sabak pot determined by the GM. So I don't need to spend more if I just win.
It's true. Yep.
So I didn't succeed, but I won.
Yep.
So 5,000 plus 30%.
Well, because the wager was only 1,000, so.
Oh, right. I bought that in. So how many people are playing?
There's probably at least 8 people playing.
So 8 plus me is 9,000.
Well, you are one of the 8.
Oh, well, you didn't say that. Anyway, 8,000 plus 30%. Good, Griff, you've got a diplomatic immunity. I don't know what the hell my brain was doing there.
I got a diplomatic table. It gives you +1 success on diplomacy.
No, I meant you've got a degree in math, is what I meant to say.
Negotiation.
What's 30% of 8,000?
30% of 8,000. 10% is 800. So 8, 16, 24. 2,400.
So
Okay, so I've won.
10,400.
Yeah, 10,400 up.
Okay. So yeah, that just happened.
Interesting.
Okay, while that's going on, Otho,
Yeah.
are you specifically trying to do anything while you are mingling, or are you just trying to stay out of trouble?
She's mostly trying to stay out of trouble, mostly trying to keep an eye on Taryn. Will also kind of. She
So
is
are you
not
staying next to Terran, or are you
not next to him, but kind of on the periphery, watching him go on that dance floor.
okay? Are you drinking?
A little bit, yes. Not
Okay.
a lot.
Let's go ahead and have you make a simple resilience check.
Okay. Resilience is not great.
Simple
Average.
is without difficulty, though, so
Yeah.
as long as you get a success, you're fine.
All right, dice pool ready?
Yep. Okay. You have a little bit of alcohol, wine, or are you drinking anything harder?
A little bit harder this time, but
Okay.
not a lot of it.
Okay. So probably a scotch on the rocks or something like that.
Mm.
Okay. And then and you were trying to keep an eye on him. So let's go ahead and I'm going to make an average pool that I want to have upgraded once. Perception check.
Okay.
Well, we're building plenty of light side. We're gonna ace this negotiation.
Perception is not great. Oof.
Eek.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are mingling, and although a Wookiee stands out quite well, you do notice that there are a couple of interesting individuals also on this barge
Mm-hmm.
that kind of take your attention away from the Wookiee.
Okay. Yeah, she's probably also kind of touching the bit of synth skin on her face as well, and that's kind of distracting her a bit.
you notice that because you've spent some time learning from Shellis, you notice that some of these pleasure slaves have interesting embellishments to their clothing that kind of makes you realize these are possibly more than just pleasure
Yeah.
slaves.
Yeah.
And so you get distracted watching them
Like-
more than
Yeah, it's like
Terran.
Yeah.
You also do have various male inclined aliens coming up to you and trying to charm you.
Awfully
So-
brave of them.
Go ahead and make a you're
Yeah.
an attractive woman, so
Yeah.
make a let's see.
I mean, I also suppose dressed up, some people are a bit less likely to look directly at her face anyway.
Yeah, let's put it this way. What you've put in the picture as
Yes.
would distract many a men from the face. So
It's what I do.
I'm gonna have you roll a hard check, upgraded once.
Okay.
Discipline.
Okay.
And the dice pool's ready, so. Okay, so you have no trouble. None of these individuals are particularly enticing to you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's go
so
ahead and have you make a charm check to see how smooth you are at
getting them
deflecting
Yeah.
their attentions. Oof.
Yeah, so I'd say probably like the first couple she's like no thank you, I'm not interested, please move along, and then like slowly she kind of get like more
Yeah,
bothered by that until she end up snapping at someone. Just like verbally snapping at them.
haven't snapped at anyone.
Yeah.
But you have a little bit of a gathering of men competing over you.
Suffering from success.
Which is hampering your ability to
Mm.
help Terran right now. Okay,
Mhm.
Terran.
I'm dancing. I'm having fun. I'm having a good time.
Okay,
And trying to make friends, of course, and all that.
go ahead and roll a charm check. We're gonna just kind of get rid of that.
Yeah, tell me when it's all set up and ready.
Ready.
Darren's probably also just trying to be vaguely aware of his surroundings, you know? Maybe keep an eye that Otho doesn't like whip out a lightsaber out of nowhere somehow.
Just make one appear.
Out of pure rage. And if it's all ready, I'll go ahead and hit it.
This is going to be an average check. You're probably using athletics, or I guess
Charm.
you could probably do charm.
Yeah. It's not about actually being good at
Coordination.
dancing, it's about making people like you.
Correct.
That's
Okay.
success.
So you are definitely holding your own. And there's kind of a crowd around you. It's not every day you see a Wookiee enjoying themselves.
Not
So-
most days.
So yeah, at some point during this, are you actually imbibing any beverages, or are you staying?
It would probably be rude to reject them while at this party. So I will probably take
Um,
a single light drink.
you had a triumph in prep for this, so you are aware that it's not uncommon for people to refuse alcohol on
Okay.
this
So
barge.
so I might go ahead and try to not get drunk and also avoid a second round of Wookiee poisoning.
Okay, so unless you specifically want to, you are perfectly fine saying no to any alcoholic beverages.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
So it takes about 4 hours before you are tapped on the shoulder by one of these protocol. They're not droids, but one of the
Consigneurs, servants, waiters,
one of the
butlers.
waiters, a fairly scantily clad Twi'lek woman comes up and taps you on the shoulder. Well, not the shoulder because she's not that tall.
Elbow tap.
Elbow tap, right? And she says,
Mhm.
"You are summoned."
All right, I'll give her a nod. I'll like look over to like Otho and Zool and try to like wave them over, get them all
Okay,
gathered up.
Zool, your game has ended at this point, so you can be available.
Cash out my
Otho
chips.
has a entourage of her own at this point, and so it would be very hard for her to extricate herself.
All right.
Yeah, like actually seeing a non-verbal cue it's going to be difficult.
So I'm going to go ahead and, given my previous charm roll, show up all of Otho's suitors and literally just scoop her up and get her out of here. There.
Okay.
Not even subtle, just literally taking you away.
She's
So-
yeah.
The end of Officer and a Gentleman. Corny music
like
starts playing on the
as
jukebox.
Caveman over the shoulder.
yeah, like it like as you get swept, she's gonna go, "Oh, thanks, Taryn. If I was in there for much longer, I don't know what I would have done."
I'm sure you'll get used to being popular.
I don't dress like this, Taryn.
I'll get you like a good book, like a good nerd.
Literally wear less clothes, usually, apparently.
I'll make it up to you, I swear.
Well, I don't know. You drew yourself like this before the dress was bought, so.
No, this was specifically done as like fancy, super gala clothes.
You started with
Like
an F
Right.
word, and I thought you were going to say fan service.
I mean, also fan
is-
service.
This is not the
That's
season
my
2
business.
finale.
Yeah, this is the beach
Oh,
episode.
fan service.
But yeah, we'll put you into a nice cozy corner with a good book and plenty of nerd stuff later.
Okay.
Okay.
So the three of you are presented before Shunta, and she says, rather forward speaking, she says, so you are the pilot who services the Pikes. What brings you to my barge?
Well, actually, I remember my plan now. It was to have Zool speak,
I was
so
about to
I'm going
say,
to kind of nudge in Zool's direction. My
I'm about to
bad.
chop you in the throat.
Nearly jumped my own gun.
Yeah, you start to talk, and I look back at you. Oh, wise and mighty Shunta, we prostrate ourselves before you and your divine wisdom so that you might hear our
Oh.
pleas today. I take like a knee, like a, wide bow.
Like,
Okay.
I
says-
speak for Terran.
Well, speak.
Might I say your slime looks illustrious green today?
Business.
Charm. I want to make a charm roll.
what?
Okay. So she's formidable with 2 upgrades. So
I seem to recall that huts breathe
And
oxygen.
she does breathe oxygen,
Too
but she's
strange.
also going to have 2 setback on it because she is familiar with Faleens
Oof.
Of course she is.
and especially their pheromones.
I already have 2 automatic advantage. Just want to make sure of where is it? Just gotta double check the things I have that get rid of setbacks. Nope, that's on deception or skullduggery. That's not this. Despair, clever solution. I will use clever solution. So once per game session, I can use cunning rather than the characteristic linked to the skill. So I'm gonna up that.
Didn't you already use that this session
Did I?
to try to?
Oh yeah. To
On what?
read Otho.
Did
Wasn't that done? Or something else?
Hold on, let me just. No, that was cunning persona,
Oh, okay.
which is charm. You know what? Actually, hold on a sec. Yeah, I have. Yeah, no, I'm gonna use cunning persona, not clever solution. Cunning persona lets me do the same thing at the cost of 2 strain for charm. Cunning persona lets me use cunning for anything. So one is basically a 1 skill use, and the other one's basically a 1-time game use for anything. So I'm going to use the cunning persona. And I'm just double check anything else. No, this is all it. All right, let's go back down. Let's see, what am I at? I have 5 cunning, so that's 4 green and a yellow. What did you say the difficulty was at?
It's currently going to be 2 purple and 2 red.
You
with
may as
2
throw
setback.
the force onto it too while we're at it. We got so much of it.
We do
All
have
right.
a ton of it.
All right, I'll use the force too. I was just thinking about if I wanted double or nothing it, but I think the dice pool against me is so high that I should not.
Yeah, it's worth a shot, but not worth double the loss.
All right. But
So
I
you
guess
just
I
spend
could
1.
have.
What's the force die for?
They told me to use force die.
No, destiny point.
There's Destiny.
Yeah,
You said
Destiny
you
point.
literally said force die.
I don't know what's going on.
Well,
I
you know
kinda
what? I
don't.
didn't need it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, just I'm trying to
But
use our
what you
resources.
could do is here.
I
Spend
succeeded.
a light side, but you have those 2 threat. If you want to, you could re-roll, turn that green that's an empty, and just basically upgrade it to a red, a yellow dice and roll that. If
Okay,
you spend a destiny point.
All right.
Roll 1 yellow.
So now I have
Okay, so
4
you have
successes,
4
2 threat.
successes and 2 threat. Okay. So you are charming, and you succeed in being charming, yet Shunta is aware.
Oh, actually, I have no threat because I have 2 automatic
Okay,
advantage.
cool.
Nice.
That's what we needed to hear. Okay, so you got a bunch of successes. Okay, she's charmed by you. What are you gonna do with that?
She's blushing, she's bashful. It's like, oh, someone's actually genuine.
Oh!
And might I say, wise, girthy, Shunta, should you need anything other than what your servants can get you, I would be most willing.
Here for negotiations. It's just like, I'm here to fuck now.
I mean, how often does a hut get hit on?
That's true.
Hopefully pretty often, but let's not worry about that right now.
Something gold diggers. All right.
Right, but how many successful gold diggers?
Probably very few, and
Ah.
probably not for very long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine the bounty
You have
hunter's looking for
succeeded with
Shunto's
your
ex-boyfriend, and it turns out to be a Faline Nansel.
You are. What would you like to? Well, okay. So here's what I am expecting to have this in-game effect. You're basically going to reduce the difficulty of the oncoming negotiation check.
Right, I want to garner favor with Shunta to the degree that they're more willing to accept the things I say than they are the things other people might say or think.
So the success that this particular charm check is going to entail is basically helping her to realize that although Terran was a slave to the Pike Syndicate, you have broken ties and are no longer working for them.
One might even think that we blew up their base.
Well, that is something that you would probably use as evidence, right? So you have succeeded in her understanding that you are a friend rather than an enemy. So you no longer will have that association of being with the Pikes. Okay, so that is going to make this negotiation much more simple.
Yep.
So what specifically do you want to have obtain from the negotiation? The thing that you need to do is to point out that this Black Sun Deveronian is trying to bring her benefit, information and stuff like that. Is there anything on top of that you would like to have this
Extended
negotiation?
courtship.
Bill's
Okay.
going straight for it.
Okay, you're wanting to be the boy toy for a hut.
Would they like to buy some spice
Okay.
or some glitter sim?
Okay. So with that in mind, so her cunning is, or her negotiation is 4 red. With 6 successes, I will downgrade that by 4.
All right. And Theta, I brought this gadget just for you. You will have +1 success to negotiation.
What gadget?
The specialist negotiation gadget. That also has the inbuilt weapon,
Is
but
that the table?
we don't need to
That's
worry
the
about
table.
that. Yes, the
I did-
table.
Are
or
you
rather,
setting up a table in front of me right now?
We've clarified it's kind of more like I'm hauling around a desktop computer at all times, but I'm doing it for you. It's okay, I slung it in the backpack.
Okay. So the dice pool is set. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it out. So
Now
I'm
this is
assuming
the
that
one that I would use that other talent on.
this is negotiation. Yeah.
Well, no, cunning persona is the one that allows me to make a charm check with cunning. Clever solution. This is the one I use clever solution on.
Okay.
That's the text there, in case you ever wanted to know. Just want to make sure that I have anything else that helps with negotiation. I was pretty sure that the same two, the jewelry and the armor give me +1 advantage. What did you say the difficulty was at?
Well, it's going to be 4 red, but it's downgraded 5 times, so I'm not sure how that's actually going to work.
Jeez.
Well, I think that's probably just changing them to either blacks or purples.
What I
purples.
think it's going to be is 3 purple.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Where's my armor at?
I just think it's kind of interesting that you could, and I hope it works this way. But
Yeah, I have 2 automatic successes. Not successes, advantage from my armor and my jewelry. Nope, I have 1 success. The jewelry does not help in negotiations. Apparently, looking like a rich person, not so helpful to negotiate. All
it's
right,
true.
and then we are at what's my negotiation? Is it 1 or none? It's okay. It's just 5 green.
Now, isn't Terran's negotiation better than that?
Better than 5 green.
My negotiation is fewer dice and no skill, I believe. I have 3 green.
Yeah, so mine's
Still
better. Also to 2 strain to upgrade beguiling pheromones.
Mm-hmm. And you'll have the +1 at the end.
+1. Oh yeah, 1 so 1 automatic success and 1 automatic advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 successes, 1 advantage.
We
Interesting.
came prepared for this.
Cool.
Well, first I seduce you, then I give you a business proposition. Look, don't you want to leave your husband and give me all of his money? Plus, I've got real estate in Florida you might be interested in.
So there's an extra success in that. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I have 5 successes, 1 advantage.
Okay. She is actually very interested in this Deveronian's tale, and is willing to impart upon you a finder's fee, and that finder's fee is going to take the form of 10,000 credits.
Ooh.
Wow.
I literally just made that much money on the sabacc table.
And you are Zool is yeah, you actually get the attention of this hut. Now, she's not. Huts are an interesting beast. They don't have sex like a mammalian race would, right?
Jabba had Princess Leia chained up in a slave bikini for some reason. It's like,
Right. They
Yep.
enjoy feeling the pheromones of the people around them.
literally what I'm good for.
Yep.
So,
So-
Ghoul, what does your chainmail bikini look like?
What makes you think I
It's a
need?
chain-
I don't need a bikini.
It's a speedo. It's not a bikini.
Yeah.
Not a speedo either. I got no need for any of it. I got no shame. I'm proud of what. What Star Wars religion do I want to be part of? You know, I'd probably go with the Bakura. If you do good things, bad things happen to people. Bad things happening to people causes good things to happen to other people. I really like the Bakura weird yin yang religion, so I think I'll go with that.
Yep.
I'm proud of what the bad things that happened to people gave me. I don't know how to phrase this anymore.
Oh
Okay.
dear.
It's a very neutral. It's a very neutral based religion if you come down to it. Don't do too many good things, or bad things will
Zero
happen.
sum game.
Yeah, that's essentially it. They don't like the rebellion because fighting the Empire causes bad things to happen for other people.
Oof.
Well, they also
Okay.
has the Sea Ruby, which are my favorite Star Wars race. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, I love my class-based, color-formed reptilian.
They're not reptilian. They're humanoid.
No, they're not. What? No, they're not.
You
Zelrana?
are.
Sea Ruby. The
Oh, I've never heard of
Sea
them.
No, they're like space raptors, and their different casts have different colored scales, and they don't
Man, I don't
fight.
even know.
They don't fight on other worlds that they haven't consecrated because their religion says if you die in space or you die on a planet that hasn't been consecrated, your soul will wander forever in the void.
Interesting.
Yeah, so their whole stick to fighting is first we have to trick the place that we want to conquer to consecrate it religiously first, and then we'll invade them. They're also the ones with entrenchment rigs, which basically they'll soak your soul out of your body and use it like electricity, so that
Wow.
your mind
What
or
the
your like consciousness is alive in a droid, basically being tortured for energy.
Nice.
Oh.
Lovely
Yeah.
people.
Well, yeah, because there's like the one force using guy that they got on their side who like tricks people to come over, so that they'll be put on the rig. And apparently Jedi's are real good energy sources
How horrifying.
because they have paddle beamers which lightsabers can't deflect. It's ion-based energy weapons. Like they go around lightsabers.
Interesting.
I guess to the business side of it. So we got the finder's fee. So we've accomplished main objective number 1. I'm pretty sure Zool has accomplished his objective for sure.
Well, I will tonight.
And I guess the third objective here was, are they interested in bulk rate glitter stim?
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
So you are given the flimsy of Shunta's direct marketing guru.
Mm-hmm.
We won't worry about that, and you can basically set if you do go through her, you will basically be getting only 40% of the money from the spice.
Right, but it would be a fast way to offload at the very least.
Mhm.
You could potentially offload all the rest of your spice
Mm-hmm.
through her.
Yeah, I'll have to do some
Very
calculations,
nice.
and I'll definitely get back to you on it.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, at least we could dump it all.
And then we'll probably actually start another negotiation for that, and then have it start at 30%, and if
Mhm.
for every
And then
success
see if we
you
can
get
raise it up.
higher.
Yeah.
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 But Zool will be busy the rest of the probably 2-3 days.
Oof.
Um, what do the rest of you guys want to do?
Oof.
This barge party will go on for days.
Wow.
You can get off at numerous places, but it basically is probably a 10-day party.
Pleasure cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Well, considering the attention she's been getting, that is not great. Otho might be stepping off pretty soon.
Right, and with Otho steps off, I'm definitely going with Otho. Zul, you could stay as long as you want. We're not going to go straight to any
Zulu
business.
Now we're around for you to talk to.
has at least 2 days that he is going to be busy.
And well, I guess I'm gonna have to buy him another comlink after that.
Every so often she needs a break, and I come back
No.
out buck
You
naked
will
to
not need to buy him another comlink, because Shunta will make sure that he is appropriately collared, if you will.
Ah!
The visions, the visions.
The
Telling
visions
you,
it hurts.
I would have walked out buck ass naked a couple of times by now. She needs a quick break, so I can get a quick hand of Cyback in.
Jesus.
Obviously, sex with the hut is not what you would
It's not
see in any porno.
usual.
I prepared for the couple of Padme X Jabba fanfics, so I'm ready. A lot of tail stuff, a lot of slime stuff. I'm good.
Okay.
Why must you invade my brain with these thoughts?
Look, you tossed images at me, I'm tossing images right back.
And how many days does Zool want to spend at this party? The full 10 days, or?
Why not?
'Kay.
This is my scene. I don't want to go out there. If I leave this party, what's coming up next? Some sort of fight, some ambush, some assassination? This is a fucking party. I'm getting laid, I'm drinking, probably doing drugs, and I'm winning hand after hand to Sabak.
Yeah, you're gonna have a good time no matter what.
You guys are going out to do a job that I just made on one hand to Sabak.